Good afternoon, my fellow countrymen. My name is Hon.Allan Temba. I am a principal magistrate here in Lamu County. And today I'm privileged to share with you a brief summary of the sensitization program on land issues at Mkunumbi, which has been organized by the Kiunga Youth Bunge Initiative under the auspices of the UNDP. I thank the organizers of this event and also the participants who are community leaders for agreeing to participate in the forum as a way of minimizing and preventing land conflicts in Mkunumbi area of Lamu County. The forum has addressed a number of issues, and one of the most important issues addressed in this discussion was what is land, the definition of land, and the forms of property ownership in the sphere of land. Procedure of acquisition of land was also an area of highlight. We looked at the different processes by which a person or a group of persons may acquire or lose land, as is recognized in the laws of Kenya. After looking at the procedures of acquisition of or loss of land, we also had a chance to look at the types of disputes that arise in land ownership, in the land question. This includes disputes on ownership, disputes on boundary, disputes on use of land, and disputes on dispossession or loss of land. All those disputes are important aspects for the community leaders to know, so that they will know the next aspect of land, that is to say, how to resolve these disputes. We pointed out the different institutions that are responsible for different aspects of resolution of disputes over land, and the most important ones that we highlighted or are highlighted are as follows. One, we talked about the issue of the land boundaries, and our position as stated by the law is that the community leaders should take recognition of the power of the land registrar as the chief institution in the resolution of land boundary disputes. This is a change from the history of use of land disputes tribunal to determine boundary disputes. So the community leaders took note of that, and I think that helps them to avoid exercising jurisdiction over matters that they do not have power over. We also looked at disputes of succession in land ownership questions arising between 2 or 3 Muslims. And we said that the jurisdiction of a succession of property between 2 Muslims is the jurisdiction of the Qadi. So whenever this arises, the community elders should be able to guide their subjects that it is the Qadi who has the legal power to decide that kind of dispute. Disputes of ownership for land whose value does not exceed 20 million should properly be adjudicated upon by magistrates, and any other property whose value does exceed 20 million should be decided by the judges in the High Court, and that is not even the High Court, the Environment and Land Court, which is a court of equal status to the High Court. And we pointed out that all these institutions have power to make references to the community leaders as elders to determine some aspects of those disputes as a means of promoting alternative justice systems, as long as the decisions or the resolutions that these elders or community leaders come up with do not run afoul of the Constitution or any written statute, or do not amount to injustice. And that is a key guideline there, that they can also have power to determine some of those disputes as long as the properly seized institutions make references to them to decide those types of disputes. We also discussed about the jurisdiction of the courts in succession matters, and that is an area which has generated a lot of conflict in the community when surviving members of a deceased person fight over property which belong to the deceased. And we highlighted the steps to be taken in brief by the parties involved in the dispute. And apart from that, members were given a chance to highlight the most prominent dispute in Mkunumbi, and it turned out that one aspect of the prevailing condition in Mkunumbi is that there is a pending push and pull of land which was acquired for the construction of the main road, the Lamu Mpeketoni Highway, and that piece of land, the acquisition of it and the surrounding parcels have generated conflict in terms of who is supposed to occupy and whether those who had previously occupied the space now used by the highway and entitled to any type of compensation. That was discussed, and the community leaders took the necessary notes for further action beyond this point. And I believe that looking forward, we shall have more engagement in Mkunumbi and the surrounding areas so as to continue highlighting these aspects of land. The advantage to the courts is that these types of engagement reduce the number of cases that reach the court, because an enlightened citizen is a citizen who is better able to navigate issues and avoid litigation. Litigation is costly, it's time-consuming, it drains resources, it promotes enmity, and therefore when we do these types of engagement through the Kiunga Youth Forum, we really contribute to the reduction of conflict over land and promote peaceful coexistence amongst our honorable citizens in this county of ours. And I congratulate the Kiunga Youth Bunge once again for standing in the front line to be the bridge between those who are able to guide and those who need this guidance. And I wish them all the best, and we commit ourselves to participate in the future events as the circumstances might require. Thank you so much.